What's going on, guys? So we are back with roster update investments. We're going to be going over guys that I still have faith in for the roster update, or even long-term investments, and even guys that maybe still have a good price that you guys can buy them at and hold them for the next roster update, whether they go up in hype. We'll be talking about hype selling some of these cards and what we did to make stubs in doing that earlier on about a couple weeks ago on some investments that we got rid of because the hype was high, so we sold them. First off is Tyler Soderstrom. Obviously, he is a lower overall, and we got him for 180 stubs, a bronze to gold, very unlikely. So we got him on April 12th, sold him on April 18th for 990 stubs. And the same thing goes for Alex Bregman. We bought him on April 11th for 600 stubs. And we're talking about like 50, 100, sometimes even 200 in quantity of these guys. And we sold them for 1,400 stubs. Now, let me go ahead and check my spreadsheet, and I can give you guys an accurate number on how much stubs we made off of just those two players. So Tyler Soderstrom, we bought him for 180 stubs. We had 99 of him. That cost us 17,000. We made back 88,000 stubs, and that's a profit of 71,000. Alex Bregman, we bought him for 600 stubs, 95 of them for 57,000 total. We sold them all for 123,000 after tax. That profited us 66,000 stubs. Now on March 28th, so we've had this one for a long time, we got Yamamoto. We had over, I think, 150 of them. We still have around 50, and we sold them for 1,785 stubs. Now, obviously, I think he has a very good chance of going diamond in this update, but sometimes you don't want to risk it. When I got him for 900 and I can almost double my stubs, I might as well just double my stubs and not even wait, especially if I'm trying to finish collections, live series collections, maybe even that Scott Rowland. Sometimes it's better to have stubs now rather than wait and risk it, because if he goes to an 84, you're going to lose stubs. Or, well, if you got him for 900, you just won't gain as much. But if I can sell for 1,700 and guarantee that profit now, why wait? Now, the first guy in the comment section is Corbin Carroll. I do think Corbin Carroll is going to go diamond. I did not invest in him soon enough. However, if you don't want to risk it, I don't mind selling him at 2,900 stubs, but he does have the potential of going to a 86 overall. As you guys can see, 72-65 contact, 68-62 power versus lefty with 59 clutch. So we definitely always want to check the split. So we use fangraphs.com in order to do that. And let's just check it out. So versus lefties, he is batting 250. So his average versus lefties could see a dip, could go down, but he's also only got, well, he's got 28 at bats. He's only got one home run against lefties, so maybe a power dip. So that's what we're worried about with Corbin Carroll is versus lefties. Versus righties, he's kind of killing it. He's batting 321, 9 home runs against righties. Absolutely insane. And the next thing we really want to look at with him is going to be with runners in scoring position. So we're going to do that. Take off right-handed pitchers and see what his batting average is with runners in scoring position, because with 59 clutch, he has a lot of improvement. He is batting 321 with runners in scoring position. So we can easily see a clutch boost, power versus right, and contact versus right. Contact versus left could see a decrease. Is that enough to still see him go to an 86 overall? If he goes to an 86, it's 37.50 quick sell. So you can kind of invest in him right now if you really wanted to, but that's a big risk. But if you have him, I definitely will suggest that you hold him until the roster update. Next up is Logan Webb. Now with Webb, we need strikeouts. So 36 innings pitched, 44 strikeouts. I think that is better than a 53 Ks per nine. However, walks per nine, he's walked 10 batters in 36 innings. I don't know if that's great. It's also not the worst, but he also has a high walks per nine. So they might think that that's not the greatest. But in 36 innings, he's only allowed one home run. So does that home run per nine see a boost? I don't know if they touch it too much. And then hits per nine, he is allowed 30 hits in 36 innings. So it's not the greatest thing from him. If we see his like Ks per nine, 10.9. That's why I say that I see that. Walks per nine, 2.48 walks per 9 innings. Feels a little high to me. It feels a little high. Now, like last year, it was 2.2. 2023, it was 1.29. So it is on the higher side of his career. Besides like 2019, 2020, he used to walk a lot more. I still could see him get a plus. I just don't know if it's going to happen. He is kind of close to quick sell value. So if you got him at quick sell, I don't think we see a downgrade. So I don't mind holding on to Logan Webb to see what happens. I don't foresee a downgrade, so that's a good thing. So if anything, maybe hold him for a couple updates. Next up is Matt Strom. This man says Matt Strom is cooked. Well, I don't think he's really cooked. Let me tell you why. He has 11 innings pitched, 9 hits. So like his hits per 9, not the greatest, right? Not the greatest. He has 15 strikeouts in those 11 innings. That's not too bad because he only has a 79 Ks per 9. That's not terrible. He's basically at a 11.91 Ks per 9, which is higher than every year except 2016. So right now, if he were to keep this up, he's got the highest Ks per 9 that he's ever had. So that's pretty good since like 2016. So that's not bad. Also, he's not allowed one home run in 11.1 innings, and I see a 71 home runs per 9. So I could definitely see that get boosted. Now, whether his pitching clutch gets downgraded or not, that I would have to go into more detail. Takes a little bit more time. Don't want to do that, but I don't think it's terrible. His hits per 9 could definitely go down, but I also don't see him getting a downgrade. So that's kind of why I like Matt Strom. Now, he could get a downgrade. I could be completely wrong here, but I don't think he gets a downgrade, and his price is still quick sell value. So if he doesn't get a downgrade, it's not a bad risk, right? If he gets a downgrade, maybe it's a risk, but I also think Matt Strom long-term is a diamond this year. So even if he does get downgraded, I think he's going to bounce back and he's going to hit diamond some point this year. I just think he's too good of a player, plays on a good team. I think he's going to hit diamond eventually this year at some point. So that's why I also like Matt Strom for a longer term investment as well. 800 Matt Olson's bad idea. He might get downgraded. I'm just saying. He might. Now Yamamoto is pitching tonight. Now I'm making this video. By the time you guys see this video, he's probably already pitched. So things will definitely change. But 29 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts. There's your Ks per 9 boost. 29 innings pitched, only 18 hits allowed. There's your hits per 9 boost. 29 innings pitched, 7 walks. Maybe that stays the same. Maybe it goes down. I don't think that's that bad. And then 29 innings pitched, 2 home runs allowed. That's also not too bad. I can even see his pitching clutch go up. Maybe his control. I don't know. He's only had 3 earned runs as well. Like that doesn't really matter too much, but that is really, really good. He can get pretty much upgraded in every attribute, which is insane. Now, Wyatt Langford is going to get a boost. He even might go diamond. So versus lefties, batting .357 in 14 at-bats with 2 home runs. So that's pretty good. I think his power probably stays the same there with 2 home runs and only 14 at-bats. His power should definitely not go down for that. And versus righties, he's batting .310 with 4 home runs against righties. So could definitely see a power boost there and a contact boost. And he's around 1,800 stubs. If he goes diamond, he's kind of investable, but he is a risky investment. He could get shafted and only go an 84 overall, but he's definitely investable and even long-term. Like if he's playing like this, he's going to definitely go up eventually and hit that diamond mark sometime this year, but he could get that +2 easily, maybe even a +3 in this roster update coming on May 2nd. So not a bad one. I like Wyatt Langford. How about Luke Weaver under the radar? Now his price is already of gold, so might be selling him, but he could go in 81. Who knows? If he goes 81, you can double your stubs right now if you get him at 300. 215 stubs. But his hits per nine's already high. It could go higher, especially for relief pitchers. 13 innings pitched, only 3 hits allowed. But remember, SDS does not like upgrading relief pitchers. That's why we don't like them too much. But the same difference with Matt Strom. That's why it's like hit and miss with these guys. But 3 hits allowed, no homers, 5 walks in 13 innings is kind of high, I feel like, for a relief pitcher. I don't like 5 walks in 13 innings. And 13 strikeouts in 13 innings is also not the greatest either. So I'm not a big fan of Luke Weaver. He could go up. I just don't know if it's going to happen. He has not allowed a home run, though. That's where I could see a boost. If they give him the home runs per 9 boost, maybe that gets him gold and everything else kind of like stalls out and stays the same. Now, some of the guys I still have, like I said, Garrett Crochet, we still got him. Wilyer Abreu, we still have him. I don't know if he's going to get a +3 this time around, but let's just check them out real quick. A lot of silvers, I get them so cheap that they're just worth the hold for me long term because it's still like only like 20, 30, maybe even 10, 15, 20,000 stubs. I'm willing to hold those as much as I can. All right, Wilyer Abreu against lefties is batting 111. Only 9 at-bats, 11 plate appearances. So not a lot of like games against lefties at all. So I don't think his lefty stats get touched really. I think those kind of match those attributes, to be honest. Versus righties, he is batting 289 with 4 home runs. So is that enough for a +3? I mean, his inside edge right now gives him a +15 to contact and power, which boosts him up to an 81 overall. If that happens, we make bank on Wilyer Abreu. So it's like hit and miss. I think he goes up. I just don't know if he goes gold. But he is only 115 stubs, so that's not bad. If he goes up to a 79, I think that quick sells for 150 and a 78 quick sells for 125. So you still make stubs if he gets a +1 right now. So will you get it? Will you get a downgrade? I don't know, but we have him. He's a silver. He wasn't expensive, and we still like him long term. Now, there's a reason I have 240 George Springers. When we look at his attributes, it just pours out to me. He's got room for improvement. He's batting 33 on the season, only 2 home runs, but those, I mean, if he just got a contact boost and his power stayed the same, we would be happy, right? Versus lefties, he's batting 308. That's better than a 44 contact. Against righties, he's batting a 339. Now, against lefties, I think he's got the home runs as well. Versus lefties, he's got the 2 home runs. So, and 19 plate appearances, 13 at-bats. So maybe he gets a power versus lefties boost. 2 home runs and 13 at-bats is pretty good. And then against righties, he's not hitting for power at all, so maybe that gets a decrease. But he definitely deserves a contact boost versus righties and versus lefties. Now we can even see clutch. And I think his clutch was also really good, and that's why I really liked him. He has 56 clutch in game. However, with runners in scoring position, George Springer, oh, no, he dropped down. He's batting 240 with runners in scoring position, which is not terrible, but it probably deserves a 56 clutch, maybe 60 clutch, right? He was batting over 300 with runners in scoring position, but things do change with hitters very fast, especially with that. But I still like George Springer long-term to go gold. It's a good name. I think he's been playing well enough. He just needs to get the power up, get the power going, and maybe we can see a George Springer as an 80 overall. +4 in this update, highly unlikely. But once again, he's under 100 stubs at the moment. So not too bad, right? Not too bad to just pour in like 20,000 stubs on George Springer and hope that he goes gold this year, because that could make you quite a bit of stubs, especially at his price right now. Cole Reagans, we have 100 of them, right? 30 innings pitched, 46 strikeouts. There's your Ks per 9 boost. 30 innings pitched, 9 walks. That's not too bad. I think that's better than 57 walks per 9. He has allowed 4 home runs, so I don't see that one going too crazy. 27 hits allowed. So it really depends. I think Cole Reagans can get a +1, but I'm hoping he gets a +2, but he could also stay the same, right? So I'm like hit and miss on him, but I've held him. I'm like, give me at least a +1. Give me at least a +1. And Chris Bubich. And boy, is this one to talk about, right? He had a bad start against the Yankees, came back and pitched 7 innings of shutout baseball with, I think, 6 strikeouts. But that's not the one reason I invested in this guy. Chris Bubich was a relief pitcher last year. Now he's a starting pitcher. They never updated his stamina. He still has 32 stamina, but he's out there pitching 6 or 7 innings. And I think they might have not given him the stamina when they change positions, because in those transaction roster updates, they don't want him to go gold in a transaction roster update. They want him to go gold when they change attributes. So I'm thinking they did that on purpose so he would not go gold, so we can take advantage of it and he goes gold based off just a stamina boost. And then when I did that, he started pitching well too. So we're talking about a guy, if he gets a stamina boost and then he gets an attribute boost, this guy could go 82, 83, and then all of a sudden he might be a potential diamond in another roster update this year if he continues to pitch like he's been pitching. Now, it hasn't been crazy, but 31 innings pitched, only 24 hits allowed. He has a 65 hits per 9. That's pretty good. 31 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts, not the greatest, only 9.58 strikeouts per 9. But that's still, I feel as a starter, that's pretty good for someone who just became a starter. So to me, that's really good. Only 1 home run allowed, and his pitching clutch is really low. And he's only allowed 5 earned runs and 31 innings pitched. So I can imagine that he's pretty good with runners in scoring position. So I really like Chris going gold in this update. And I really hope he does, because he's by far the biggest investment I have. Even though he's a silver, I really want to see that happen because it would be huge for us. And now we got Austin Riley batting 296 on the year, but it's all about the splits. We already know it's all about the splits. So let's just check versus lefties, right? Versus lefties, batting 353 with 2 home runs and 17 at bats. Pretty good baseball there. And then versus righties, he's batting 284, but he's also got 4 home runs. So power versus righties could definitely see an increase. And batting 284 is still pretty good. I think he deserves a boost to contact versus right as well. And then clutch, we can always definitely check that out as well. Batting 391 with runners in scoring position. 54 clutch, boost that up to like 80, maybe 90. Almost batting 400. And with runners in scoring position and 23 at-bats. He has 9 hits with 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 5 singles with runners in scoring position, 11 RBIs. Give this man like 85 clutch, baby. Give him to a diamond. 81 to 85 diamond Austin Riley. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. And he's quick sell value. Quick sell value for Austin Riley. Go get yourself some Austin Riley right now. Now I have 92 Seiya Suzuki's. I probably will quick sell when we got him at quick sell value anyways, but I'll tell you why I haven't. He's batting 276 on the year with 6 home runs. So I see a power boost incoming. Versus lefties, he's batting 514 at bats with 3 home runs against lefties. That's pretty good. Versus righties, only batting 233. So his contact versus righties could see a decrease, but 3 home runs. I mean, it's very close. I think he can still get a +1. I don't think he gets downgraded. Like, even if they downgrade his contact, they're going to up his, like, versus lefties, I imagine, in his power. So I don't see him getting a crazy downgrade. I would see him either staying the same or getting like a +1. He's also batting 320. Oh, wait, 345 with runners in scoring position. 29 at-bats, 10 hits, 6 singles, 1 double, and 3 home runs with 16 RBIs with runners in scoring position. He has 70 clutch. I think he deserves more than that. And that's why I've held Seiya Suzuki. I probably still hold him. I just don't think he's going to get downgraded. They could. I hope they don't.